Rome, there's this concept of Vitruvius, who was an architect who wrote down many different mortar recipes and fundamentals to Roman construction. And we get this concept of a 1-to-3 mix. And you'll see that even today if you look at National Park Service preservation briefs, they always keep it at a ratio of 1 part binder of some sort to 3 parts sand. Well, it doesn't really work because back then they were using quicklime. Quicklime is that brimstone that doubles in volume when you add water to it. So when these mortars are analyzed, you actually get something that's closer or truer to what would be 1 part lime by volume to maybe 1.5 to 2 parts sand. And not to say that that doesn't work, that 1 part lime to 3 parts sand, but it's very rare because it's also based off of a theoretical void ratio of sand, which I'm going to get into in the next presentation. Exactly, like I said, it was quicklime, not hydrated lime. There is a difference. Even though chemically they are the same, one you can touch with your hand and add to water. The hydrated lime, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to turn into this milky putty type thing, kind of like cream cheese if you had the right amount. Quicklime is going to be very volatile, and if it gets in your eyes, it can blind you, it can burn you. Very caustic. But they started getting into these pozzolanic mix designs. And they found that if they took ash from a volcano that they thought was just originally to be sand, that the mortars would set up quicker and they could use it for marine works. Oh, that got them thinking, oh, well, we could build faster, we can build things stronger and more durable. Let's try to stick with these mixes as well. They would also use where they weren't near this area, it was actually, the word pozzolan comes from pozzolana, which is an Italian word for, if I have it, pozzola. Some volcano near Pompeii. I can't remember the exact etymology of the word, but it comes exactly from there. It comes a root word from that. But they would use vitrified clay, the tiles, because again, whether you're using some type of ash or volcanic ash or tiles, that main component, that silica, is what makes that lime hydraulic. And I should mention that these pozzolans, if you add water to them, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to do a darn thing. They only chemically react with lime and to some degree cement. And and they've also found that they've used natural hydraulic limes in Britain and France. They've found natural deposits there that we actually still use today around the world. But for a long time, after the fall of the Roman Empire, this Roman cement, the cements that built the Parthenon, that are still standing today, what were the recipes? There's still a debate and chemical analysis of how did they do it. One theory is that when you add pozzolans to things, to lime mortars, it increases the amount of water. And any mason will tell you if you add too much water to a mix, it's going to get weaker. So they would actually use very low water, so it was a very stiff, almost like hard, clumpy clay dirt mix, almost like a soil. Not anything what you would see coming out of a cement truck today, and they hand compact it in layers. So there was this human-powered advantage that you would get that we don't have today because labor today is expensive, materials are relatively cheap. That's not always the case throughout history. And then they would always use basic lime mortars that were sourced locally.